just gibberish down here. Episode 38, we're still in chapter 5. We'll cover middleware, pre-middleware, and post-middleware. Using Mongoose middleware. Mongoose middleware. Mongoose middleware are functions. Mongoose middleware are functions that can intercept the process of the init, validate, save, and remove instance methods. Middleware are executed at the instance level and have two types, pre-middleware and post-middleware. Using pre-middleware. Pre-middleware gets executed before the operation happens. For instance, a pre-save middleware will get executed before the saving of the document. This functionality makes pre-middleware perfect for more complex validations and default values assignments. A pre-middleware is defined using the pre method of the schema object. So validating your model using a pre-middleware will look like what is shown in the following code snippet. User schema pre save function next if la-di-da-di-da next else next new error, an error occurred. If la-di-da-di-da next else next new error new error pre. Okay. Using post middleware. Post middleware gets executed after the operation happens. For instance, a post save middleware will get executed after saving the document. This functionality makes post middleware perfect for logging your application logic. A post middleware is defined using the post method of the schema object. So logging your model save method using a post middleware will logging your model's save method using a post middleware will look something like what is shown in the following code snippet. User schema post save function next console log the user plus this username the user space plus this username plus space, just because of the way the parentheses run from single to single, and then double to double, and then single to single. Details were saved. Mongoose middleware are great for the performing of various operations, including logging, validation, and performing various data consistency manipulations. Don't worry if you feel overwhelmed right now, because later on in this book you'll understand these better. Note, to learn more about middleware, it is recommended that you visit, I don't know if I saved that one yet or not, but look at that, we're already to the page. 3.5 minutes. As long as we don't have to test anything, we can get through these pretty quick. I've never really thought of myself as a fast reader, so I'm really pleased to be getting through these pages in 4 minutes now. Let's open that in a new tab. I just want to make sure I got it saved under Mongoose directory for bookmarks, and it looks like I do. I must have saved it a while ago when I was doing the notes. So we'll go ahead and say next section. Using Mongoose reference fields. So we'll throw this in the notes while we're here. Looks like it's not going to be a long page again either. Where's my notes? There we go. Found my giggity. Just kind of doing some stuff there at the end. 36, 37, 38. And bold. Paste. Okay, after the bold, what do we got? Nothing. Another one of these. So open link in new tab. It's not saved yet. It's still Mongoose. So almost every one of these is giving us a page for some additional reference, which is fine. We're just not going to go through them until we need to. Look up aggregation operator. So as long as we know this is here, we can go back to it when we need to dig up some information on the subject. Change our notes using Mongoose reference fields. Okay, we'll read. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Wrong scope. Okay. Using Mongoose reference fields. Again, this won't be a long page. You can tell by how much, what percentage that bar takes up. Although Mongoose database doesn't support joins, it supports the reference from a document to another document using a convention named document DB reference. Database reference enables the reference from one document to another using a special field that contains the collection name and the document object ID field. Mongoose implements a similar behavior for supporting document referral using the object ID schema. Mongoose implements a similar behavior for supporting document referral using the object ID schema type and the use of the reference property object ID and the reference property. It also supports the population of the parent document with the child document when querying the database. The population of the parent document with the child document when querying the database. To understand this better, let's say you create another schema for blog post called post schema because a user authors a blog post. Post schema will contain an author field that will be populated by a user model instance. So a post schema will look like what is shown in the following code snippet. So what's highlighted is the author is making a cross reference to the user, so you know which user was the author. Note the reference property telling Mongoose that the author field will use the user model to populate the value. Note the reference property. It's the reference property, okay. Telling Mongoose that the author field will use the user model to populate the value. Using this new schema is a simple task. To create a new blog post, you'll need to retrieve or create an instance of the user model, create an instance of the post model, and then assign the post author property with the user instance. An example of this is as follows. Constant user equals new user, user save, constant post equals new post, post author equals user, post save. Mongoose will create a reference in the Mongo database post document and will later use it to retrieve the referenced user document. Since this is only an object ID reference to a real document, Mongoose will have to populate the post instance with the user instance. To do this, you'll have to tell Mongoose to use the populate method when retrieving the document. For instance, a find method that populates the author property will look like what is shown in the following code snippet. Post find populate author execute error post. La-di-da-di-da. Mongoose will retrieve all the documents in the post collection and populate their author attribute. All the documents in the post collection and populate their author attribute. Mongoose's support for this feature enables you to calmly rely on object references to keep your data models organized. Later in this book, you'll learn how to reference in order to support your application logic. Note, to find out more about reference fields and population is recommended. Got another one, folks. Open link in new tab. exit full screen. We got this one saved already. Okay. Next. Our notes are up to date. That was what was it? Might need one more of these. We'll have bold down here. We'll copy the bold just to keep our notes up to date. Oh, summary. Yes, we're going to finish chapter 5 ahead of Pomodoro predictions. We've made it to the summary. I don't know if I should even bold that. Using Mongoose reference fields. Sure. Summary on chapter 5. Paste. We may even do a preview of chapter 6. Just to eat up a little bit of time because we're so far ahead of Pomodoro's. I don't want it like that. Okay. In this chapter, you are introduced to the robust Mongoose model. You connected to your Mongoose database instance and created your first Mongoose schema and model. You also learned how to validate your data and modify it using schema modifiers and Mongoose middleware. You discovered virtual attributes and modifiers, and you learned how to use them in order to change the representation of your documents. You also discovered how to use Mongoose to implement a reference between documents. In the next chapter, we'll go through the passport authentication module, which will use your user model to address user authentication. So we'll use chapter 6 code. Up next, chapter 6, managing user authentication using passport. Alright. Our notes are up to date. Preview chapter 6. Even saved on that. Okay. Let's do a preview over here. Introduction, understanding. Does that go further? It's only 4 sections. Understanding passport OAuth strategies. Let's look at let's start here. Seemed like for a while we'd never get through chapter 5, but then it was actually around episode, I don't remember now, 35? Yeah, it was 35. Yeah, on 35 we got our CRUD working, which is kind of what we've been working towards. It's kind of been downhill since then. Kind of been exactly what I expected. Just preview and work through the episode. Passport. Okay, I don't want to read this yet. I just want to preview it. Don't want to check markets stuff. Introducing. Okay, that's not too long. Got some basics here. Long piece of code. Understanding passport strategies. Okay, this is the page that'll take a while. Local strategy. Configuring passport's local strategy. Adapting the user model. Another big section of code, lots of stuff added in there. Let's go over these changes. First, you added 4 fields. Next, you created some pre-save. Creating the authentication views. Oh, we're gonna make some views. Okay, that'll be exciting. Yeah, we go back to some HTML. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. And that's not even Angular yet. More views. Alright, this will be fun. Modifying the user's controller. Yeah, we're getting somewhere now. All before lunch on a Wednesday. Displaying flash error messages. Connect flash. Not sure how crazy I am about using Flash, but we'll try it. Connect, because I wonder if that's the same. If I wonder if it's Adobe Flash. Maybe. Just hate that you always got to update it. It seems like every browser you're in, it's like you're a flat. But I think Netflix uses it too. So your Connect, your Flash. Yeah, this is gonna be a long. That will definitely be a full episode. I want to have my notes ready before we start that one. Wiring the user's routes. So that'll be a big page. That may be another. There's no real. Yeah. And then we'll go to the sign up. So that'll be fun. And then to finish 6. Okay, that was understanding strategies, understanding passport OAuth strategies. So it'll show us how to do a sign up first. This will be another big page, but this will be more exciting too, because this is going where I think it is. I'll make sure it says that before I get ahead of myself. Because OAuth, yeah, using passports, Facebook strategy. Yeah, so I think this is where you can use the different social medias to log into your CRUD. So that'll be another configuring passports Facebook strategy. Don't forget to replace application ID, application secret. Yeah, I've looked at those before. Another big piece of code. I guess they show Facebook first because it's kind of the big player in the market. But after that, they should show you. Maybe not, but we're still in the first half of the page. Sign in with Facebook. Yeah. Here we go. Passport Twitter. Using passports Twitter. So after they show you Facebook, the next most popular will be Twitter. So you'll end up adding all the most popular social networks. And hopefully by the time you got through that, let's see. Facebook, Twitter. Do we do MySpace? If we get to MySpace, we've covered them all. Another big piece of code. Really, Facebook and Twitter are pretty much all I've used on a regular basis. Maybe Gmail, maybe Google Plus, whatever that one was. Twitter, passport, OAuth, Twitter, sign in with Twitter. Using Google. So that'll be the Google Plus, I think. Google Plus those accounts. Google strategy. Google callback. So here we go. Facebook, Twitter, Google. So by then, well, what's left? The 4th most popular. Local, Facebook, Twitter, Google. This will load your Google strategy configuration. Sign in with Google. Sign in, sign up. Passport has similar support for many additional OAuth providers. To learn more, it is recommended that you visit Passport Guides. Again, we're not going to, okay, and then the summary for Chapter 6. So we got 2 big pages there in Chapter 6, and then we'll get into some Angular. We'll use the Angular to make our CRUD. Yeah, exciting times. Alright, let's check our time, make sure our notes are up to date. We'll probably call that a wrap on this episode. Exciting! Alright, Chapter 5. Episode 36, episode 37, episode 38, all the way down to summary. Here we'll add chapter, just copy that. We'll do chapter 5, copy, paste, chapter 5, space summary, preview chapter 6. Let's go ahead and copy. I know we got time. I didn't do an Eggman, so maybe I'm wrong. Feels like we're good on time. Copy. We'll throw that down over this. change this to chapter 6 now. Chapter 6, episode 39. And we'll start with, yeah, we can change that when we get there. That'll be the same, using Mongoose middleware. Let's put that in there. So we'll be starting 6. We'll make this our big headline, our boulder. And make sure we got this one bookmarked. Yep. So we can close it. Be under Mongoose. So that's it for Mongoose. Next we'll save stuff under Passport. So we'll go ahead and set that up. Bookmarks Manager. Probably didn't have to go this far. Where do I want it? That goes Passport. I don't know where to put it. It's not really under Mongo, is it? I guess it is. Might wait to add this because I don't know where I want to put it at yet. Passport. Probably delete some of the old ones. One's under main. It's the introduction. That's Postman. I could probably move that one. Dashboard, YouTube. This one. Document structure. Yeah, let's delete some of these. Video editor. They're deprecating that. Not gonna use it anymore. I might check some of these before I delete them. Really? It's all the way over there? Don't want me to put these in alphabetical order, but I don't want main so far down. Where's my main? Did it not stick? missed it. It's all the way at the bottom now, one at the top. Why are you messing with me? That's better. I might want to delete some of these off, but mainly I know I can go right there and start up next time. Which we've already got here. It's bookmarked. Okay. With that, minimize this. Here's our list. Chapter 6. Authentication using passport. We'll change these as we read down through there. All that'll be obsolete soon. It's just kind of a filler placeholder for now. So that's it. So we're out on time. Tw 26. We're getting so good doing these like